since I've already lost my voice, Q, 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna try and talk in my regular voice. I can't. So, today you get a whisper Reddit story readings. I'm so excited. With my tea. Okay, so I watch a lot of podcasts that do this, and I like it so much. And don't worry, it's not going to be like a regular thing. I just thought it'd be fun to give it a try. I am not a podcast, but today we are role-playing as one. So, welcome to Insomniac ASMR podcast. I am your host, Tay. Today we are going to read many different Reddit stories. I'm gonna have to chew gum. Okay, so we are going to start with the category No Stupid Questions. And while we're looking through, I'm going to explain too. I wanted to give this a shot as well because all of the stories I hear online, it's always, am I the, and there's so many categories. So I wanted to pick a category that I've never heard before. And I'm still getting used to Reddit. I just downloaded it just for this idea. But I'm excited that I have it. There's a lot to learn. Okay. So, let's start with what's up with McDonald's asking me if I want to order with the app when I'm literally at the drive-thru or trying to order. Let's see what people say. Oh. So, the top comment that has 2.4k upvotes, Chairboy says, they're probably not asking you to use the app. It's more likely they're asking if you're using the app, because if you do, then they'll want the code in the app to cross-reference your order. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Are you using the app? Yeah. Or do you want to order with the app? Yeah. What do you guys think? Like, what's up with that? Okay, not now. I don't want updates though. Why is there no legit competitors to YouTube? That's actually a solid question. Okay. This was posted 16 hours ago. Ever since YouTube came out, it has dominated long-form video website. With all the complaints about YouTube over the years from creators and viewers, you would think other sites would pop up as a solid alternative. Especially now, with their war against ad blockers. The closest I can think of is Daily Motion, which is nowhere near it. I wouldn't expect another site to become more popular than YouTube, but you'd think there'd be at least something decent as a second option. There actually is, and I forgot the name of it. I found it through, is it Laurel or Laura and Steven? I don't know if you guys remember them, but she was always the one with like that one specific filter, and she'd be like, Steven. Those videos cracked me up. Well, I ended up following them, and unfortunately they got a divorce, but he has a channel on YouTube, but then he's had to move to a different platform because he talks about a lot of like conservative things, right? Like actual real things going on in the world. You know, like, you get me, you feel me? So yeah, he went to that, and he'll post on TikTok, like, links to get to him, and it was pretty easy to navigate, so I might look into that. Let's see what people said, though. So, top comment with 877 upvotes 13 hours ago. In addition to the technical side, YouTube has a ton of legal related expenses. People post more copyrighted material that they don't own there than probably anywhere else, and people post a ton of stuff that YouTube considers inappropriate for other reasons, like VN or SC. It costs a lot of money to keep that stuff off the platform. And someone said, this is the biggest reason I believe any YouTube competitor will be bombarded with stuff that is rejected by YouTube. Copyrighted music and movies, corn, extremism, weird videos for little ones. It will need a lot of moderation to stay clean. That is also very true. Wow. What do you guys think? Dude, I love this because it brings up conversations too. Like, it makes you think, and then it makes you think about, like, how other people think. I love that. Okay. This one, because this is me. 14 hours ago. I gotta know, do you guys get fully dressed if you're only going to be home all day? Or do you stay in your PJs? Absolutely random, but I guess I'm just wondering how common it is to get fully dressed if you've got absolutely zero plans and will just be home all day. How many of you change? How many of you stay in your sleepwear? Something in between? Question mark. You guys, I'm gonna call myself out right now. There are times that I plan to go absolutely nowhere, and I get dressed and I do my hair, my makeup, and I'm like, I look too good to stay inside. Somebody needs to see me today. So I'll go to the dollar store that's like a few minutes away. Mind you, I live in a very, very rural area. I live out in the country. But there's a Dollar General 3 minutes away. I know, right? It's weird. Anyways. One day, I went in there, and their self-checkout, I didn't see a single soul. Yeah. But I do this because I don't leave a lot, but I don't know. I think a lot of it maybe is because I know my husband's gonna come home, and I want to look good for him. But yeah, even if I was alone, when I was alone, I did the same thing. That's funny. Somebody wrote, I have house clothes that are different from the PJs that I sleep in. When I WFH, I change into sweats, leggings on bottom, and something vaguely presentable for Zoom on top. Often just a t-shirt or casual sweater. My weekend house clothes are similar, but the tops are sometimes rattier. What? Okay, so this person has like clothes that they wear just around the house, PJs, and then going out. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I said same, I'm still comfy, but I like the act of changing into another set of clothes for another purpose. PJs are for bedtime only. That makes sense. What about you guys? Do you guys wear PJs all day if you're just gonna stay inside? Or do you get dressed? makes me feel better, and it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing things. Because they always say, like, dress how you want to attract, or what you want to attract. So, honestly, that could be why, like, I feel good, like, really, really mentally good on those days. Because I feel confident, you know? That makes sense. Let's go to our next category. I am excited for this one. I love to talk about controversial things. I really do. It's one of my favorite things to watch. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to not just debate somebody, but fully grasp and understand why they think and feel the way they do. It's so incredible. I love doing it. So, we're going to read unpopular opinions. Dude, some of these titles even are just, like, I can't say that on YouTube. Not because there's any swearing, but just because of the controversy around it, right? Okay. So, because I have kids, I'm gonna read this one. Again, this is not me saying these things. Don't come after me. This was actually posted 1 hour ago. Wow. Okay. A child in diapers shouldn't be in a public pool. The concept of a diaper is that one cannot reliably control when they will go to the bathroom. So they need a contraption that will contain their solids if they happen to go to the restroom outside of a toilet. How can a family put their 1-year-old in a pool and just hope the kid doesn't go to the bathroom in the pool? Am I underestimating the toxicity of solids in a pool, or the ability to accurately time when a child in diapers decides to go to the bathroom? You guys, seriously. Before we judge, first of all, does this person have kids? No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they make special diapers to swim in that is more absorbent and nothing leaks out. But they make little swim diapers and they're the cutest thing in the world. So this person is somebody wrote, OP doesn't know swim diapers are a thing. Exactly. Well, sorry, that was a waste because that was so easy. I was like, here you go. Here's facts and information, my guy. You know. Whoa. Okay, this one, I have to read this one because hating small talk is a sign of poor social skills. 1000%. I hate small talk, and I have extremely bad social skills. I do. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to just be there and exist and not have a conversation. It's awkward. It's weird. Like, I need chaos. I need something, right? So, for me, I always want to talk about really deep things because that's really all I know. Because I've been through the trenches, you know? Okay, let's read what they say though. I'm so excited about this one. I'm so excited. Okay, it's a long one. It's okay if your distaste is situational, e.g. you're taking public transport or in a doctor's waiting room, but if you hate small talk on principle, you're probably socially inept. I hate small talk. I want to talk about something deep. I literally just said that. That's all well and good. The desire for meaningful conversation is in no way unique, but there seems to be a subset of the population who believes that you no warm-up, resulting in dissatisfaction on both sides. What? Oh my god. That makes a lot of sense. However, with that, I will say I can't stand small talk, but when I'm talking to somebody for the first few times, it's never about like deep stuff with myself or deep stuff with like my family. It's literally just like, instead of what's your favorite color, I'm like, what's your favorite planet, you know? Like, I want to know more than just like, oh, he likes blue. It's, what are your thoughts about the world and about life, you know? Because that's what's gonna connect me to that person. But I've noticed that, yeah, not a lot of people do that. And it's weird to me, because the deep stuff I want to talk about is like so far from like I'm trauma dumping, you know? So that's interesting to read that opinion. Okay. Conversation is not simply another form of entertainment for you to consume. Hopefully you are entertained at some point, but the best conversations require you to consider the other person as well. When done correctly, small talk can be used to parse out the mood, preferences, expectations, and even sense of humor of the other person. Successful small talk can seamlessly transition into more meaningful conversation because both people have become comfortable with the other person over time. However, again, I back that with, how does small talk turn into deeper conversations? Like, someone has to do that first, you know? So what if both parties are like, yeah, I don't want to get into the deep stuff, I just want to enjoy our relationship, and then fights start happening, and then they have to like learn about those deep things, right? Like, some of that deep stuff, I think it's incredible if it comes out in the beginning, because then you see who a person is truly. Anyway, she continues to say, curiosity will get you far in social situations. If your attitude is, ugh, the person talking about the weather is so dull, you miss the point of conversation. Take every chance you get to learn more about the other person. Don't worry so much about what they're getting out of it. You get in your own way. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie, that was like slightly confusing, because I don't know if they're being like, well, this person talking about the weather is so dull. Like, if I was in a crowded room with people and there was somebody talking about the weather, or there was somebody talking about like a trip they went on recently, I'd want to hear about the trip. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when you bring up the weather, that means there's nothing else to conversate about. Hey, have you seen the game the other day? Or, hey, do you watch football? Do you watch soccer? Did you see the game? Hey, do you watch this show or that show? Like, there's so many things to talk about. Like, would people consider that deep? Because when you're in a room full of people and there's like, you have to conversate, why not talk about something interesting to kill the time? That way too, you can see if you connect with that person and have things in common. So I will argue that, because it sounds to me like this person's just like, if you don't like small talk, then you're dumb. Or you need therapy. Edit. Here are some examples where small talk is useful. It's more than talking to the cashier. You see a cutie at a bar and you walk up to them. This also referred to as an opener. Your friend invites you to a party/event and you don't know a lot of people. 3. You move to a new town and you don't know anyone. Okay, what? Okay, I'm gonna read that again because I'm confused now. Here are some examples where small talk blowing somebody off? Like, am I the one that's not making sense? No, seriously, like, be real with me. Am I not understanding this correctly? Or am I not smart? Or is this person not smart? Another example, your friend invites you to a party event and you don't know a lot of people. Again, hey, this is so-and-so, this is so-and-so. Hey, man. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so let's roleplay for a second. I meet you for the first time. Hey, I'm Day. You're so-and-so. Oh, I like that name. It's like small talk. Like, oh, I like your shirt. Your hair looks really good. Okay, that makes sense. You move to a new town and you don't know anyone. Have I got a story for you guys? I've already shared this story with so many people, I don't care who knows it. Alright. Move to a small town in the country, right? There's a market 3 minutes away. There was a cashier there that was really friendly, and I thought, oh, maybe people around here are just super friendly. We don't have like any neighbors, so we don't really know. We didn't really know how people were up here. This cashier though was super nice, and they all were, but this one was extra nice. And it got to a point where he would leave his station and come give me a hug and say, oh, you're my favorite customer or whatever. Again, super naive because I had just moved here, literally. So I find out he's just really gross, and so I finally, like, he would do it in front of my kids, and he wouldn't do it in front of my then boyfriend, right? Tell me why, like, how that makes sense. So I told him about it, and he's like, you have to tell him you don't like it. And he even offered to say something. I was like, no, I need to do this. Like, I need to be the one to do this. So there were a few times I chickened out, and I was just like, gotta go, see ya. You know, like, I tried to sneak out of there before he could touch me, but there was always that fear that he was going to, and I just was like, I don't want to be rude to this person. Like, I don't know who he is. I don't know how close he is with the people here, which is kind of a scary feeling. So I finally did it one day, and it was with my now husband's mom. It was with my mother-in-law, and I just looked at him and I was like, hey, by the way, I'm not a touchy person. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, sorry about that. After that, it was so awkward, it was so weird, so I ended up, like, telling one of the cashiers or one of the employees. I was like, hey, what is this? What's that one dude's name? Da, da, da. And she's like, he what? So everybody there knows the situation. Everybody there knows who I am. So when I go in, and if another employee sees me and he's working, they will open another register just for me to go through, because I can't stand him. He makes me so uncomfortable. And even though I stood up to him and stuff, but now he drives me up a wall. Here's a conversation with the dude. Okay, I have so many stories when he's there. I have tried several different approaches to how he talks. So he says hello. If you don't acknowledge, he'll say it again. So then you acknowledge, right? I acknowledged, and he's like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And he's like, oh, that's good, you're doing better than me. Every time, without a doubt. And I'd always be like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I did that like twice and realized, not again. So the last time he did it, I said, you always say that. And then I was like, I'm just it's sunny outside, because it had been so cold, right? This guy had the audacity to be like, yeah, it's actually really hot for me. It was super hot even when it was super cold. And I'm like, awesome, dude. And he always either has drank 5 to 6 energy drinks, has stayed up for 2 weeks straight. Yeah, and he's a big dude. Like, I'm not trying to sound mean, but like, no, gross. Like, gross, okay? Like, he uses the, what is it called? Like, where the food goes, the belt. He uses the conveyor belt to hold his belly up. I'm not even kidding, it's so gross. Anyways, yeah, and they said something else. I was like, yeah, you should work on that. Oh, he said he wasn't getting sleep. He goes, it could be that I haven't gotten sleep. I'm like, yeah, you should work on that. And he'd be like, yeah, or it's that the girl that doesn't like me, whatever. I was like, you shouldn't depend on that for your happiness. And he said something else. I was like, yeah, you should work on that too. And he just started, he's like, would you like your receipt? I said, no, thank you. And when I went in after that, days later, and he didn't say a word to me. I was so happy. But anyways, back to the story. Sorry, I had to share that because I did move to a new town, and I didn't know anybody, and yeah, small talk. It was a terrible idea. Terrible idea. I hated it because it put me in a very, very bad situation. It was messed up. I was just being nice and friendly. So, this one is really, really good. Like, can I save it? I can share it. Okay, let's see what people say. And then we'll do one more, because this is already probably really long. Someone wrote, on the flip side, over reliance on small talk can be a sign of neediness and insecurity. It's okay to just be with people in silence. We don't all have to constantly chat about trivia to enjoy the company. That's so funny because I love trivia. And I don't like sitting when it's silent. It's so uncomfortable. I hate it. And I don't see the point in being around people if you're not gonna talk. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. But that has 597 upvotes. I want to see what other people said, because I don't like that. Okay. Somebody said, I can't count how many Reddit threads complain about social skills / no one liking them, then proudly ignore all opportunities to improve them. When I realized I was an extrovert with social anxiety versus the introvert I thought I was, one way I tackled that was making small talk when given the opportunity. From there you get comfortable with it and it starts to become cold conversation, which you can pivot to connecting with people. What? Okay, I feel like that's probably what I'm doing. Okay, that one's weird. Like, that one's like good weird. Like, it made me really think. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, this one because I thought it was kind of interesting. It's stupid to name your kids after something important to you. This was written 10 hours ago. I feel like it puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on a kid. Most of the time, they're subconsciously expected to live up to the legacy you've put on them. Plus, they're an actual person, not just a manifestation of your love or whatever. Naming them after the place he got you on your first date is now. Just a reminder of your failed relationship. What if you have a major falling out with the best friend you named after them? That's a valid point. I like that. I actually agree with that a lot. That one was very, very short. Let's see what people said. Somebody said, I like muffins and diving. Why shouldn't my child's middle name be Muff Diver? Opie said, you're right. I'm so sorry. Post cancelled. Everyone go home. My opinion has changed. That was good. That was good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I actually thought that was really fun and entertaining. I enjoyed that so much. Let me know in the comments